What is up, YouTube? My name is Enzo, and you're watching Enzoko. And it's been a while since I've done something like this, so this feels a little awkward. But anyway, today we will be doing something not so different from my past content, and that will be, drumroll please, bingo! You're right, dear viewer. I don't know if you guessed because of the title of the video, but we are going to be modifying my acoustic guitar using these Graphtec Tusk XL string trees. Now, Enzo, I hear you ask, what are we doing putting electric guitar parts based on the silhouette on the packaging on your acoustic guitar? Well, it's simple. Because my acoustic guitar, this humble but wonderful Fender Newporter Player model that I love like a child, has the neck, specifically the headstock, of an electric guitar, specifically the Stratocaster. That's actually the guitar you see the silhouette of in this packaging. And the rationale, I'm pretty sure, for the design of this guitar was that they wanted to make a pretty cool playing acoustic, sorry, that felt like an electric. And the way they did that is by giving it basically the neck of an electric guitar, namely this. That headstock design is what you will normally see on most modern day Stratocasters. The 6 in line, meaning 6 tuners on one side, headstock design is what you'll find on most guitars. Now, how do the string trees fall into play here? That's the fun part. Let's do a comparison between my guitar and a Fender Stratocaster. Joke. It's a Squier Stratocaster. Next best thing, but still based on Fender's original design. Leo Fender, the guy Fender's named after. Anyway, you get it. So, what string trees do is this. They're holding your strings in place past the nut. And what is that for exactly? So, when Leo Fender was first designing the Stratocaster in, I want to say 1950 something or 1960 something, a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, in California probably, he noticed that the traditional 3x3 headstock design that you'll find in most Gibsons, or Epiphones, or Gretches, or Yamahas, for example, aren't the most stable. If anything, because of the way that they're designed, because of the way they kind of force the string to move, they're not good for your tuning stability. So what Fender thought is that, hey, the bending that does to the strings, I'm going to take that away, and I'm going to make the strings move in a very straight way. And he designed this headstock to do that. The problem was, although this was very stable already, he thought, okay, because of the way I put the strings, some of the strings will now have an increased distance from the nut here, which is not what you want, according to him. So he said, in order to double down on the tuning stability, I'm going to put string trees, that's what these little steel things are, in order to still give it the downward pressure, the strings, the downward pressure that they need to stay stable. And what that allowed him to do was create the tremolo, this thing here, in such a way that it doesn't affect the tuning stability of the guitar. And so your guitar, even if you use the whammy bar, doesn't go out of tune. So we'll do something simple. We'll play an E chord. I'm not going to plug this in because that's too much of a hassle, but you'll hear it anyway. Let's put the mic next to the thing. E chord. And then we're going to use the whammy bar gradually as we go up the neck using that same shape. Now, as I played that, it sounded kind of off. But now that we put it down, thanks to the design of the headstock and the string trees, listen to the sound of the E chord. Still in tune. Not a string out of place, at least to the naked ear. Don't put that against the tuner. I'm sure it'll be slightly, ever so slightly off, but, just from bare listening, you're fine. It sounds great. Perfect. As perfect as unchecked can be. So, what we're gonna do for my guitar, my acoustic, is we're gonna change the string tree. Unfortunately, unlike the Stratocaster, this only has one, which is weird to me, but whatever, we'll go with it. But because of the fact that this is an acoustic guitar, I thought it would make more sense if we didn't use steel parts and instead we replaced them with more, I guess, natural materials. And that's where the Tusk XL string tree comes in. This is a synthetic bone material, but it's not steel, so I think that's better. It's self-lubricating, and it allegedly increases the rich harmonic content and tuning stability of any guitar it's attached to. So we're gonna test that theory today by putting these on my humble, wonderful acoustic, and we'll do a sound test to see if you can hear the difference. Now, before I do a sound test and before I put these onto the guitar, I need to make it clear that I will be changing the strings from the stock Fender Gauge 12 acoustic strings that my guitar currently comes with, and changing them with my favorite Ernie Ball Earthwood Extra Lights, which are Gauge 10, which is more reminiscent of how an acoustic would feel, of an electric would feel. So without further ado, I'm going to shut up now, and by the time I snap my fingers, you will be seeing this or hearing this with a new set of strings and a new set of string trees. So 3, 2, 1, go. How about something like a riff? Lastly, let's try some fingerstyle. So that, my friends, concludes the sound demo. Let me know in the comments down below if you heard any differences between the old string tree and the new string tree. But honestly, even if you did hear a difference, I have a feeling it's more of a difference between the old strings and the new strings, so I'm not sure if it's really fair a comparison. But I think at the end of the day, for me personally, the whole reason why I got the string tree set, even though I could only put one of them on the guitar, is because it looked prettier. I mean, like, yeah, maybe you could argue it doesn't look as, I don't know, original or as intentional, maybe, as the steel one. But the fun fact about this choice of material is the fact that this is, at least as far as I can tell, is made of the same synthetic bone as the saddle over here. So, if anything, I'm kind of sticking true to its roots. Even if these are bone and they have no roots, but the guitar is made of wood and wood is a tree and tree has roots. I think you get the joke that I failed to formulate right now. Anyway, it's a wonderful thing to have. It looks pretty. That was the main reason why I got this. But at the same time, maybe Graphtech is right. Maybe it does give some guitars richer harmonic content or greater tuning stability. I mean, I don't really need it as a acoustic guitarist because I don't really have a whammy bar. Like the most I might do if I'm gonna have fun would be like if I'm gonna do a bend. And then does it still sound in tune? Yeah, right? So is it any more stable than it was before with the steel string tree? I don't know. It's not something that I'm looking for, but it's also not something I immediately notice. So if you're one of those people who considers themselves to be sensitive to that kind of thing when it comes to the sound of your guitar, then by all means, buy one of these, buy a set, and add it to, your applicable instrument. Because this is also a very rare case. The fact that this is a Fender acoustic guitar, this isn't common. Like, yes, Fender does make acoustics, and a lot of people do have Fender acoustics, but they're not the 6-in-line style for the headstock. Like, this is an anomaly that is such a wonderful thing. And I love the fact that this guitar is kind of unique because of it. And I know we're kind of straying from the whole point of the string trees, but that's the effect of what, these string trees would do to an acoustic guitar made by Fender. Would it be applicable to 3x3 headstocks? No. Would it be applicable to electric guitars though? Sure. If you're playing with a Telecaster or a Stratocaster or a Jazzmaster or Jaguar. I'm not sure if every single Fender electric has string trees, but I know that because it's a Fender design, pretty sure being Leo, the guy, the Fender, just did it across all the instruments because they operated with the same physics, same design language, same creative spirit that was channeled to create some of the most iconic instruments we know today. Anyway, enough of a tangent. My final thoughts on the string tree is that it's great. I love it for what it does for me. I don't really hear much of a tonal difference, but if you do, comment down below and let me know, and I'll be more than thankful for your input and I guess advice. So anyway, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed my little, maybe not a little, my medium-sized ramble of changing string trees. This is the first time I changed the strings in my guitar since I got it in 2023. So, it was nice to change it up again, bring it to a gauge I'm more familiar with. And it feels great. It feels great. I am just gushing about the guitar. I'm forgetting about the string trees. It's great. If you want one and you think it'll benefit you, go ahead. Be my guest. Be your guest. Make yourself happy. That's all from me. Thanks very much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Enzo Co out. Peace!